that a
Hey,
tie?
we did it!
Hooray!
Yeah.
Welcome
Yay!
everybody to
We're
another live edition of our wild little podcast here on Adventure March 2020. And this is our live show edition of the Adventure Marching. And so we're very excited about it. Welcome everybody.
Yay!
Yay!
I want to say a big thank you for Adventure March. I want to say a big thank you to all of our patrons at patreon.com/Adventure Inc. who make this kind of stuff possible. Without our patrons, this wouldn't be happening, but it is because they're amazing.
Yeah.
And we want to thank them. We want to thank everybody who listens to the show. So if you have never been to one of our live episodes before, here's how they work. You have been to some of them, I think, Mike. This isn't your very first one, but
I just like that I don't know which they're live, so I assume they all are.
Well, bad news. So if you've never been to one of our live shows before, basically how this works is in a couple of seconds, I am going to send the information for the players to figure out what their characters are tonight. We're going to do an alternate reality story with the Many Pennies, and they have no idea where we're going with it. So
Cool.
This should be exciting and fun. I'm very excited about it. We're all usually, I assume everyone's excited, but I guess I can't tell for sure. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to send it out now, and I'm going to read a little bit for all of you, the listener. Wow, it did a preview for every single one of them.
Yeah, you're like, it won't do this.
That's the worst. Okay, so the cast can go ahead and click on their little things and read a little bit.
I'm excited.
And I'm going to read this out so that you guys, the listeners, know a little bit about what we're doing tonight. On the east coast of New Merida, in the small town of
I'm sorry.
Whoa.
Where?
Merida, New Merida.
Is that because it's an alternate reality, so it has an alternate pronunciation?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
I thought you were going to be like, year 4 and you're pronouncing it wrong for 4 years.
No,
You're
it's
right.
an alternate reality. So there's an
Like-
alternate pronunciation.
Okay.
Maybe you've never actually said the word New Merida, and we're just like,
Yeah,
That's
we
honestly
just
what went
assumed.
through my mind. I was like, we have talked about this. Anthony has said it before.
I think
So-
Kath's going to pronounce it like that from now on.
On the east coast of New Merida, in the small town of Blackreach in the Ember Fall province, secrets run deep. The old Blackreach asylum is soon to be demolished, but a group of urban explorers and researchers are leading one last expedition into its darkened halls to learn the truth about the ancient lore of Blackreach Harbor. And so we have our adventurers, the 5 adventurers, Gebetto, Jennuvera, Asher, Gillick, and Kethlin, and they will be
Awesome.
I read Kath, even though it says Kathleen, and I'm no, okay.
So yeah, that is where we're going to pick up tonight. So I'm giving them a couple of seconds to read over what they have, and I'm going to gather up some names that are currently in the chat, because at the end of tonight, I'm going to do a special drawing, and the winner of the drawing will get a one of our new limited edition Holy Bananas Y'all Uthral t-shirts. And those t-shirts are on sale at our shop, adventuringpod.com/shop. And you can get an entry by either tweeting or Facebooking with the hashtag Adventure March. You can be a patron. You can be right here in this chat, or you can send in a short story or a piece of fan art, and those will all get you entries for the next couple of weeks, because we're going to do 2 more drawings after tonight. So 1 tonight, and then 2 more after this. So I'm going to copy these names over so we have them all in the system.
I'm scared, Anthony.
Oh?
Yeah, I'm nervous. Do we need alternate rules for this one-shot adventure?
Oh, if we do, we'll get there.
Oh boy. Great.
But as it stands in general, you guys are going to be playing the Many Pennies as you have them.
I feel like I should be wearing a scally cap. Jesus.
I also feel like you should be wearing a
I'm gonna
scally
do
cap.
that.
You will be playing the many pennies as they are, as you normally play them. You don't have any magic items though, so ignore any magic items that you might be carrying with your regular adventurer, and we'll just go sort of baseline.
Okay.
You have whatever weapons you want to have in terms of like basic weapons, but you don't have your magic stuff.
Okay, but we're still level 10.
We're level 12.
11.
We're level
12.
12. Whatever
but
level we
still-
are.
Hopefully
Sorry.
Gillick is level
We were
12.
10 so long, it's just like it's like permanently 10. Like all of my cousins are permanently 7 years old.
You're blowing out a little bit, Josh.
Oh, God damn it.
God has
All right.
nothing to do with your blowouts.
You're right.
All right.
Nice.
It is a dark night in Blackreach Harbor as the mist rolls in off of the ocean. It's thick, but on the hill, shining in the moonlight, is the now abandoned Blackreach Asylum. Long has it been since people walked its halls. Long has it been since anyone passed through the gates.
Asher is smoking a cigarette.
So is Gebetto.
Two lone embers burn in the darkness. And the five of you stand at the dilapidated gates.
Just can't get over this fucking offer. You know, most folks have the good sense to turn the other way.
Yeah, but we got some unfinished business in there.
Also, it would be insane because we've been preparing for this for years, and to turn back now would be the dumbest thing that we could possibly do.
Yeah, it's terrible return on our investment of time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only here for the pile of coins. Smoke cigarette.
I just got to know what's going on inside of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a long drag.
Yes. Listen, now I hired.
One.
Dueling cigarettes.
Asher smokes a second cigarette. He's not done with his first. Smoking them at the same time.
I brought each of you into this project for very specific reasons, except for you, Asher. I'm honestly not 100% sure why you're here, but the rest of you have very specific purposes that I need you to fulfill. So let's go through the plan one more time. Once we go up this hill, Gebetto, you'll be
In front.
doing.
Investigation.
Asher.
You said you don't know what I'm here for.
Yes, well, you still are part
Why
of the
would
plan.
I know what I'm here for?
Look at those muscles. You know what you're here for.
I'm the bruiser.
That's right.
Right, warding off anything that starts to get in our way. Gillick, you'll be.
I think you got more of this plan than the rest of us do there,
Yeah,
kid.
I didn't get any plan.
I just know that I'm here.
Now.
Investigating. Because I'm a hard scrabble detective. Gebetto Funk and Gumshoe Stumble. Fuck, what is it? Gebetto Funk and Gumshoe Stumble Knackle Timber Shivers.
Okay, I hired you because you're surly and quiet. So this
You
is
don't
not
know
a
my
great
friend,
indication
Gebetto.
of the rest of how the rest of the night will go.
Yikes. I must have misread that Craigslist ad.
Who?
It's all right though. I think you have a good heart.
Yeah, I got a solid ticker.
Wait, what is Gillick here for?
Gillick's
Oh.
intimate knowledge of this asylum
Oh.
is important. Gillick, share with us one more time everything you know.
So you see so Gillick wasn't really paying attention. He was looking at, he's got this big tome in front of him. He's just like kind of going through it, he's making little notes. And so Gillick's wearing, so he doesn't have any magic armor. But everything he's wearing, it's really bright and like light, and it's like yellows and whites. It's like very vibrant, except for he's got like these really thick goggles on that are just black. He's not wearing, how he's like just looking through this tome, just making notes. Like I said, he didn't hear you first time.
Gillick.
Maybe this over here. Wait, what? Yes. Hi. What's that?
Your intimate knowledge of this asylum is going to help us get directly to
Intimate?
Yes.
What's intimate?
Your knowledge.
Oh, oh, wait, which intimate knowledge?
Your
The intimate knowledge or the intimate knowledge?
yes.
I like this guy.
Yeah, you
So-
gotta.
I don't trust him.
But I like him.
Great guy, but kind of untrustworthy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, I mean, I'm right here. I mean, like.
Oh,
Say
now
this to my
you pick
face.
now to pay attention, huh? You couldn't have paid attention before, but now you're paying attention?
Wait, I'm always paying attention. Who says I'm not paying attention?
And Keth, you'll be
I'll be greasing a few palms if the occasion calls for it.
yes, staying out of everyone's way.
All right, all right. Wait, what?
Yes. Okay. Great.
I didn't catch. Oh, I didn't catch that.
It's
Oh,
fine.
all right,
Listen.
yeah.
This is everything that my whole life has led to. So
What
if
is?
you fuck it up, I have zero follow through for anything to do for any of you, but that is a threat that I'm just gonna put out there.
Whoa!
You got it.
No, I'm genuinely intimidated, Jennuvera. I wouldn't want to be on your bad side.
I also wouldn't want to be.
I'll be greasing
Yeah.
them palms. All right.
You know, one thing I never got was understanding why, like, what's your backstory anyway? Why you leading this charge into the Black Reach Harbor?
Because we need to get a book. It's not important, but it's the most important thing in the world.
Wait. We're after a book? Wait, which book? Hang on, Gillick starts flipping through his pages, looking through the notes. What's the name of the book again?
It's the Obsidian Tome.
Right. Okay.
Its contents can't be relevant to any of the rest of you, but they are very important to
Hey, I'm just a fisherman who's
the
trying
world.
to live off the grid.
So Gillick flips open his page. He says you said the Obsidian Tome, and he just holds up the book, but it's just like a big black rectangle.
Yes.
Like,
Yes. This is why we brought Gillick. His intimate knowledge of the asylum.
Right. Yeah, I've seen this before. This is what we're looking for, right?
Yes.
That was
Okay.
like,
Wait, what's your experience with the asylum there, Gillick?
I mean, so I mean, I don't necessarily have, let's say, like experience, with the asylum. I've read about it. Yeah, I read a lot of books. Like I said, I've seen this before. I have other books. They're not here with me now that have given me information on this place that I've never been to before.
Gillick, the
Geppetto-
gates are bringing back so many memories of the first time you came to the asylum. It's been a long time since you were here before.
Geppetto ashes at Asher, and almost as though it were carried by the wind as the embers of his cigarette flick off into the night. A message arrives in Asher's mind. I don't trust this guy.
Me neither.
hey, watch the ashes. The suit's expensive here.
But and then I say out loud, I like him. But in message, I don't trust him.
Right.
We've been standing out here for a long time.
Right. The classic, not saying what you're thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, a little too long, don't you think? Maybe it's time we get some action on this.
Yes, please, let's go.
You got to be careful on the inside, you know. Scary
Yeah, there's
stuff
no light in
happens in there.
That's
We're
why
like on the
you're going
inside.
in first.
Asher rolls up his sleeve, and I'm going like full noir on this, and so he has a fisherman's hook, which is Dune Song.
Yeah.
Instead.
Nice.
Thanks.
Like,
Gillick
a
steps-
big fisherman's hook?
Yeah.
It's a
Okay.
big.
Yeah, like
That's
one
your
of the
weapon?
like I know what you did last summer, murder weapon.
I was going for that what's his name? I could have been a contender because they were in like the
Oh.
docks all the time and they all had the hooks, you know?
Yep.
It's like
Yep.
that's where it is.
All right. Great.
Yeah.
Cool. Good talk, everyone.
No, I'm into it. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, Asher, you want to get us in here?
Yeah.
And Geppetto points at like the big padlock on the front of the gate. It's rusty and swinging in the breeze. Just slowly though, and making a ton of noise, right, Anthony?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Wait.
Large creaks echoing out into the darkness.
You want me to? I thought this was your. I hit things. You want me to hit this?
Well, yeah, I just figured, it looks pretty weak. I don't want to get my
hit it
hands
with
too dirty.
I hit it with fish song.
Nice.
I hit it. I don't know. Make an attack roll. What do you want
Yeah,
from me?
Make an attack roll, sure.
Oh, that's a nat 20. No, it's not. It's a 4. I don't know what you want from me. It was a 4 plus 7. So
Set 4 plus 7. Okay. You swing the fish hook and you bang it off of the gate. A loud clang shoots out into the night, and the gate just clatters and bounces around a little bit. The two pieces are only connected by this chain, and then loosely connected to the rest of the fence by their rusted out hinges, but it still wasn't enough to do anything.
Sorry,
Fair.
you guys. Let me see what I can do. And I scoot him out of the way to try to thieves' tools pick the lock.
I don't know why you asked me to do this, but I trust you because you're a long time friend.
Well, I just
According to this.
I thought those big old muscles that you had that might be of some use.
Hey, don't talk about my big old muscles.
All right.
Whoa, okay.
I just thought that big old brain of yours might be of some use.
Thank you.
Big old arm brains.
That's right.
Arm brains.
Arm
Muscle
brains.
brains.
Way to go, arm brains. A brain for arms.
Anthony, do we still have spells in this, or is this completely modern day?
No, you do have spells.
Oh, word, cool. I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Wait, so historically magic was real?
What?
I don't believe in magic. I cast
Because
Pass Without a
you
Trace.
said this is modern day, so there's no magic. So
the
that means
implication.
historically there must have been magic.
Yeah. I've read The Sword in the Stone. I know how this
Right.
works.
What was your sleight of hand?
That was a 28.
So you take the lock, the padlock in your hands, and you start to manipulate it with the tools, and it just crumbles to rust in your hands. Just falls. The lock just falls apart.
I did most of that.
But Ashard's strike did nothing.
It's like when you open a jar. You're trying to open a jar. It's really stuck, and you give it to your friend, and it's
I feel like you're usually the first guy.
Oh man.
To be fair, yes. That's why I brought it up. I feel like this is relatable. Apparently, it's not. Cigarette.
All right. Yeah. Gebetto motions that the gate is now open and slips soundlessly between them into the grounds of the compound.
Okay. Yeah. Beyond this, the road twists up over a tall hill. The grounds are overgrown with thick weeds, but the road is still in pretty decent shape. It doesn't look like anyone's been up through here in a long time. But you can see the decaying building at the top of this hill, shimmering in the moonlight.
Great. Yeah, so Gebetto will probably get 30, 40 paces ahead, and he'll turn around and gesture for everybody else to come on up the hill.
Yeah, Jennuvera follows.
Yeah, same.
Yep.
Okay. As you guys, are you just going to head in, or is there anything you want to do before you actually get into the building? Or
Oh, yeah. Can I light another cigarette?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, I do that. The other two are out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dampness is really making it hard to smoke out here.
Smokes.
I've never heard anyone say that before, but I would really love if that was naturally to occur at some point. Someone's like, man, this dampness is making it real hard to smoke.
When I go out in the woods, it does.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
That's the thing. It's humidity. It affects it.
See?
Weird how different amounts of moisture can affect how fire works.
Yeah, weird.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't trust science.
Not in these modern times, huh?
These modern times. Magic is
yeah.
the only science I trust.
So before we go inside,
I guess.
fish?
I'm a fisherman.
No, you're right.
Thanks.
Geppetto's gonna kind of
I'm a fisherman.
he's
John
gonna
the
case
fisherman.
the joint here.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna take a walk around and make sure that there's nothing going on, you know.
Asher
Okay.
walks the other way, having run this once or twice with his old pal Geppetto, walks the other way to do a perimeter.
So the building itself is very large. You walking all the way around it would be a task. But you can get a lay of this sort of first area. It looks like there's a space maybe where there was some intake. They would bring people here. They would, if there were any visitors, this is where visitors would come. New people came in, they would deal with getting them set up. But then further into the complex, there are places like dormitories and like places that they would like, what's the word? Like mess hall, but not for that.
Commissary.
Cafeteria.
Dining hall, cafeteria.
Cafeteria is what I'm thinking of.
I think mess hall's a better word for it.
Kitchen.
Maybe. Thank you. Thank
Make
you.
a mess in the hall.
Over here's the mess hall, y'all. Y'all? Did they say y'all back then? No.
Mess hall, y'all.
Gangsters too.
Sure.
Gangster, say whatever you want.
I said it.
So, you can. So you don't get a great lay of the whole building, but you know that it's quiet and silent. Like it's silent inside.
Great.
Kev
Yeah.
puts on his ink pot of hearing. It looks like a regular pot
A
of
regular ink pot.
ink, and but when you hold it up to your ear, it you can hear it real good.
Your ear gets real inky, but it looks really good.
Every
It's
time.
so
Oh, man.
It's the wrong ink pot. I'm sorry.
Doctor, what is it? Oh, looks like he's got a case of inky here.
Why an ink pot?
Yeah, why not a
It
helmet
comes-
or a
it comes
hat?
from his desk that he works so often at that he wants to keep everything close, and he's
A
got to
bowler hat of hearing, like
keep it hidden.
Mikey, I just noticed your tie.
Yeah, I'm a fancy man.
I know. I just didn't know you're advertising it today. I mean, I like when you advertise it. I just noticed now.
Just getting in character.
Hell yeah.
I also need to point out that he had that tie on before I gave him the character.
Yeah.
I saw Mikey with a stripe on his shirt, and I couldn't see what it was, so I thought it looked like a tie. So I put on my tie.
That's the best.
Also, I want to give a shout out to Fifth of Daybreak for the Plenty Farthings. That's a good
Oh, that's funny.
alt universe
Boom.
name.
Well done.
Wow. Wow.
All right.
Now listen,
So
Keth
then-
has spent plenty of farthings on this investigative mission. So let's not waste time and let's not waste our resources.
All right, Toots, let's go in the front door then.
She stares at Asher.
Hey, sorry, he's a little crass. You know, he lives on the docks. He lives
I
under
live
the
off
docks.
the grid.
Well, I knew where to find you because you live under the docks.
Yeah, but you're the best cracker investigator in the
Best cracker.
best cracker. I didn't use that right.
No, he's the best cracker.
I said crack. It doesn't make it better.
Well,
I'm gonna go inside.
all right, that's a
I
good
don't-
idea.
I don't hear nothing with this here ink pot.
Nah, it
Nope,
seems
you don't.
silent.
Yeah, why don't you keep that on though? Just keep listening.
No, I was getting on my suit. Gotta
Um,
clean this off. Do you happen to have mending or any special magic you could help?
so
whoa,
I
whoa,
have
whoa.
mending. I'm hesitant to use it right now though in any reality.
Oh, he wasn't. talking to
I feel like someone's keeping track of a certain type of spell I do.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but
Sounds like she's getting religious in
It's
her
my
old age.
it's my new religion.
yeah.
me. Is the door
Alright.
open?
Alright.
Is it like
The door is hanging slightly on the frame. It is not open, but it does not look very stable or secure either.
Asher tries to open it? And as
Okay.
he does it fall off or?
It makes a slow creak as the door quietly opens, and then at about halfway, it falls off the door frame and slams down onto the floor.
Listen,
seems
you
like-
hired me for a reason. Asher walks in.
The dust cloud like surrounds
Yeah.
him as he enters the pitch black room.
So yeah, the five of you walk in to absolute darkness in this first room.
Asher takes out his recorder, his self-recorder, thinking he's alone. It was a very dark night. There was one dragon lady. There was one man with ink on his shoulder. A guy with a big book, and my best friend. I don't trust him. He turns it off.
Jennuvera casts light.
Oh. I'm sorry, y'all weren't supposed to hear that.
Asher's in the middle of the room talking to himself.
He's talking to a rock,
It's my recorder.
a magic recording rock, because recorder is a little aggressive for this stuff.
So
Oh,
what
I'm
you're saying
sorry.
is it's a rock corner.
Rock corner.
Ah,
Yeah, I think
perfect.
you misunderstood. Jennuvera casts light from high up above, so that it casts down just on Asher in a one circular pool of,
Yes.
of light.
Right, you spotlighted him.
I did misunderstand.
Oh,
Me
me
too.
too. It was just like, whoa.
Much cooler.
Geppetto casts light in a beam across his eyes at an angle, and he says, "It's looking pretty dead in here. Let's see what we can find." Anthony, was that foreshadowing?
Sure,
Yes.
maybe. If you all die, then yes.
I've seen a lot of dark things in my time, but nothing quite as dark as this room.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 25.
Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry, 24.
Looking around the room,
Nope, 18. I don't know why I said 25. I thought I added something to it. I thought I added wisdom to it. I don't.
Nope.
I
And
thought
I'm
I
also not
added
trained in it.
I
7.
lied. I'm sorry.
18. I thought I was trained in that skill. I'm wrong.
okay. You, with an 18, you glance around the room. It looks like, there's a very, very thick layer of dust over everything. But it also looks like this place was left in kind of a hurry. You see some filing cabinets behind a long counter here in this entryway. The filing cabinets are all open, papers thrown about everywhere, but there are still a lot of files in place here. There's a large book on the counter that looks to have been have a lot of entries in it.
Very important question.
Jennuvera
Anthony.
takes it.
Very important question, Anthony. In this reality, can Asher read?
No.
Okay.
No, Asher can't read.
He's trying really hard to like put it off like he can. He's just like looking at all of the files. Like,
Slowly.
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, his life. he
Some of them
doesn't
are
do a
upside
whole
down
lot-
very clearly. Like,
He doesn't need to do a whole lot of reading out on the boat fishing.
hmm.
So that's
Fishermen
why.
can read. What a weird thing.
Some of them, not all of them. They don't have to.
They don't need to.
Right.
Hmm.
And so you never needed to. So you didn't.
That's right.
A man of
School's for chumps, not for me. School of hard knocks.
that
Smoke a
tracks.
cigarette.
Yeah. Geppetto reaches down and he picks up a matchbook, and he opens the matchbook and it says "Call me," and there's like big red lips like pressed into the top of the matchbook, and he closes it and he says, "This'll have to wait for later," and he pockets it.
Okay.
And he looks over at Gillick and he's like, "So, where to next?"
Okay, let's see.
Was that the book you were looking for?
No, this is just an extra one. She puts
Jennuvera,
it-
give me an investigation check on that book.
Investigate the book. Where were you on the night of the
18.
15th, book?
Not interrogate, investigate.
That's not a check. Intimidate the book.
Yeah, so an 18.
Someone
Oh,
pulls out a lighter.
It appears that this is the ledger for people who came in and out of the asylum while it was active.
Jennuvera
the-
scans it for Gillick's name.
So the last date you see on here is 8 years prior. And a quick scan doesn't reveal any names that you recognize.
Is it it's just a visitor log or it's an admissions log?
It appears to be both.
Are there no
Like-
clarifying details? Jennuvera rolls an annoyed check for their poor bookkeeping skills.
So there are like it says like next to their name like guest, or if they brought someone in, like who was checked in,
Okay.
and on like what dates and stuff.
So what does it say about Gillick?
So you spend some time pouring through the book a little bit. Everyone else is looking around at other stuff. You do find Gillick's name from a long time ago, about 15 years back, as a visitor.
Okay.
Okay.
And-
Do I remember doing this or?
Yes.
Oh, I do. Okay. All right. I wasn't sure if that was okay.
Okay. Jennuvera puts it in a bag of holding that she specifically bought for this mission because there's no way she would not have.
I see. So with one you bought with Kethlin's money for sure.
Yeah, and by bought she means asked Kethlin to get for her.
I think Kethlin probably like gave you a large sum, and you were able to purchase your
Okay,
own.
cool. And then was like, "Take me with you."
Yeah. There's a stipulation to this funding.
I
Great.
gotta hang out.
Great. So she puts that in the bag of holding.
Okay. Yeah, Kethlin, this is the thickest dust that you've been in a long time. Already, this mission is far dirtier and far more exciting than any mission you've been on with any of your gentlemen adventuring ideals.
Wow, I got to tell you, y'all, it's pretty gross in here, but yeah, I'm just happy to be here, happy to help out. I'm gonna keep my eye out for anything that looks mystical or expensive, and I'll let you know, Jennuvera.
Mm-hmm. You let me know if you see something that's important.
Everyone, give me perception checks.
Hell yeah, I'm good at that.
I perceive.
I perceive.
17.
27.
24.
17.
I got a rock. Oh my god, do I even have a plus in that? Oh yeah, it's wisdom. 8.
Like you
All right.
said, you got a rock.
Right, yeah.
I found this rock, everyone.
Right.
So everyone but Gillick, you guys hear some the sounds of something skittering down the hallway.
I nervously take a drag of my cigarette.
Whatever happens next in here.
Gillick kind of bursts up real quick and answers Mike's question from a second ago. Oh, this, and he shows him a picture of like a doodle maze. This should be in here somewhere, I think.
Is that what's happening next?
Yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to do next.
Whatever.
This maze, it's like weird scribble drawings. In a
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
Yep.
Whatever happens next, you
Okay,
guys.
let's go.
But, yeah, let's keep going.
Okay.
I think there's a trapdoor somewhere. I think.
You head into the hallway.
Jennuvera says, "Whatever happens next, I'm so glad you guys came along on this with me."
Yeah.
Well, that's
You
a real,
too, dragon lady.
that's a real nice thing to say, Jennuvera.
Well, sorry, when I meant you guys, I meant the other books that I brought with me. That was,
Why did you make eye contact with us? when
Well-
you did that.
it felt rude not to.
That's fair.
The dust
That
was
makes
in my eyes. There's a light.
Gebetto
All right.
smokes.
Gillick drinks.
Asher double smokes.
double smoke.
He lights up a new one and he's smoking both. of them.
I double dog smoking.
Oh God, no!
Wait, what just happened?
All right. So the five of you head deeper in here, and you hear that skittering sound again, passing into one of the rooms on the left-hand side of this hallway.
Does Gillick hear it this time?
Yes, Gillick does hear it this time.
Okay.
Gebetto
Okay.
pulls out my sticky, just in case. It's a little switchblade.
Huh.
Okay.
Awesome.
love
Why
that.
not my stabby?
Well, because he
Right.
sticks people with it.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm gonna stick ya.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know,
I
sometimes
said
you gotta
anything.
just stick a guy, Asher. You know what I mean?
I usually
and he
just
like-
hit him with my hook.
Hits him with it, he doesn't stab him.
He just hits him with the flat end.
And sometimes, if I miss on the way up, I stab them with the The pokey pot.
So, what are you going into this room? Are you going to peer into it? Like, what are you doing? You hear skittering going into the room on your left.
Mostly Gebetto is gonna like turn to face that room, and then like let the rest of the party move beyond him, and then kind of like keep his eyes toward that door as he follows down the hall.
Okay.
Get
So they're
people
gonna.
around.
You want them to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys continue deeper down, and then as they pass you, Gebetto, I assume you take up the rear.
Yeah. Yeah.
After a few more seconds, you hear the skittering now behind you.
Oh.
Hey y'all,
Skittering.
there's something back there.
Gillick casts detect magic and uses divine sense.
You are flooded with a horrendous smell.
Ugh,
place.
Gillick actually throws up a little bit. It's
I'm
like,
sorry. I really am. It's been a while.
There's something
since
bad
I've
over
been
here.
with People. Oh.
Gillick turns off his divine sense. But what does you remember? Just something really like foul.
Very foul all around.
Oh yeah, everything in here just stinks of evil. I can't even keep my sense out.
There's a sudden screech from the hall behind you, chittering and skittering as a wall of rats makes its way down the hallway towards you, like an overwhelming wave of rats moving towards you. So everybody roll initiative.
Oh, jeez.
Guess
An
it's fine. It's
overwhelming
probably just rats.
Ah, rats.
It's
What do I get for
15.
initiatives? Great.
20.
Okay.
10.
I got a 16.
2.
Wonderful. You're rolling hot tonight, Jeff.
Hot Keth.
Coming through.
Coming through.
The rats pour down the hallway, washing over your group. Immediately, Gebetto and we'll say Asher, the two of you are just overwhelmed with this wall of rats as they just crowd over you and like pull you into this mass.
They rolled
and
better than a 20?
They did.
God, shit.
Okay.
That's so many dice.
That's a
Switch
lot of
action.
rats.
Too many.
It's a lot of rats. Okay.
A swarm, if you will.
So, Gebetto, you take 13 poison damage, and go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Alrighty.
And Asher, you take 12 and do the same.
Okay.
Oh, add +2 to your saves.
Thank
Done.
you. That is
Already
a
was.
Oh, can I impose disadvantage on one of them too?
On one a single rat.
Too
Fuck
late.
that rat.
Great, too,
That
that's
rat
fair.
sucks.
I forgot.
so
That's okay.
13 is my con save, and also I'm going to take half damage uncanny dodging.
Okay.
So I'm going to like
17.
dive roll through them basically.
Yeah, so you dive roll through. You definitely do get bit. You take some damage, and Gebetto, you immediately the bite that you take begins to burn.
Ooh, that's not good.
Asher, you seem fine.
Who
I've been
seems
bitten
hurt?
by a number of
Who got
rats.
poisoned?
Gebetto.
It's your boy.
Jennuvera, now it is your turn.
All right, Jennuvera. So we're looking down a hallway, right?
Yep.
Right past Gebetto and Asher, where all the excess rats are. I guess wherever the
So now it goes Gebetto, rats, Asher, rats, and then the rest of the group.
That's fine. She's gonna start it right behind Gebetto then. She's gonna cast it careful anyway, not because of Asher, but because she knows there are books in this place that are important. So the number of targets that she chooses to save are the number of books that would be affected by this fireball that she casts right down the hallway.
+2. or I guess not. If there's more books than there are people, so be it.
It's only Asher,
Oh.
and she doesn't know him. She's not entirely sure why
Thanks,
he's
Toots.
there.
Okay. So go ahead and roll damage.
Mm-hmm.
Do we take half damage, or do we still have to save, or how's that work?
You don't. I think. Careful.
The way you have played it in our podcast,
just doesn't affect.
it doesn't affect.
Yeah, that's fine.
Does it take material components? I'm just curious.
It's
Probably
28
gonna be
damage.
time, though.
Okay. Yeah, you toss this fireball down, and you can immediately smell the smell of burning hair and flesh
Ugh.
as these rats burn away. Some of them burn away, and you hear the large squeaks of the rats. The fireball whooshing them down the hall toward the corpses, landing at Gebetto's feet. But there's still many rats. It is now Asher's turn.
So you said it's rats, Gebetto, rats, me,
Rats.
rest of group.
Gebetto rats, Asher rats group.
Gebetto, rats. Can I cast Thunder Wave and not hit Gebetto?
No.
Is it a deck save?
Yes.
Do it.
No, Constitution.
Oh, don't do it.
Rip. So I cast Thunder Wave. Cast Thunder Wave. I take my big fish hook and I just slam it on the ground and hit things in an area at at second level. They have to make a con save or take 3d8 thunder damage.
Okay, make a con save, Gebetto.
Fucking 21?
You had the +2?
Does
You're
that-
fine. It's
Okay.
17. Yeah, you're way fine.
They are not, so roll your damage.
Hey! I knew my buddy would be fine.
Gebetto covers his ears.
15.
Steals himself, back
15
foot
thunder
planted.
damage.
And you launch the rats 10 feet back? The ones between you and Gebetto?
Yep.
So now it's rats, Gebetto, Asher, rats. And then the rest of the party.
Sorry about that, bud. I knew you'd
Because the
be
rats,
fine.
basically, Asher, he slams down the hook, killing a bunch of rats and launching the rest of the rats next to him, between you and him, past you.
Got it. Okay. And if you make the save, is it half damage or is it
For you, isn't it? Yeah, it's half damage.
'Kay.
So you'll take 0, right?
No, because it's not a deck save.
Oh,
That's why I asked.
sorry. I'm sorry, bud.
That's all right.
Gebetto, it is your turn.
Great. Gebetto's going to turn around and looking at the massive pile of rats behind him, cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast that at second level.
Okay.
So they've got to make a deck save.
They rolled a 1.
Great. They did not beat my deck save.
Well, what is it?
17.
They succeed. No.
They have a plus 16 to deck saves.
How wild would that be?
Bonkers.
I had to do that bit because sometimes when I do that bit on the podcast, it's funny, but it's really funny when you can see your face.
All right. So they take 11 damage.
Okay. So these rats, the ones behind you, a few more of them burn off. The ones that didn't just run down the hall. But the ones in between you and the group are still there.
Great.
Illick, it's your turn.
Oh, Gebetto's going to duck into that room on the left, by the way.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so you duck into that room. You hide behind the door, and immediately you get the sensation that there is something all around you.
Okay. So that was Gebetto's turn. Did Gillick see Gebetto get poisoned? Because I wanted to like.
I mean, you
cast-
saw him get bit by rats. You don't know he's poisoned.
Okay. Then, because I wanted to cast Lesser Restoration, but if I don't know that,
I think we all want that always.
We all want Lester.
but Geppetto just went and hid, so I'm kind of like, do
Yeah,
I
you don't know
follow
that
him?
yet.
Where
You
did
don't
he
know
go?
that yet.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly. So I'm like, I guess I'm gonna hit the rat. 26 to hit.
Yeah.
You
fuck
hit a
him
rat.
up.
I hit that rat.
A rat.
A rat.
Hey, rat. You hit one rat.
I hit one rat. There's no. I can't attack it like it's a swarm. It's just individual rats.
No, I'm teasing. You hit the
Okay.
rats.
Oh, okay. I gotta
like-
make. I gotta make at least 3 splat. Come on, it's a hammer.
Seriously, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, but really, Anthony. Jesus.
Let's see. Boom. Boom. I will burn a 3rd level spell slot.
Boom.
Boom.
Something else.
Let's see. $33. And then I get a second attack.
That's a lot of damage. Okay. Make your second attack.
I will-
One
I
rat
will-
is fucked.
It's just like spray everywhere.
Rat guts.
Right. Not even guts. It's not guts anymore. It's a goo. 17.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
All right. I'm gonna burn just a 2nd level spell slot on this one. Yeah. 25.
25?
Yep.
You slam the hammer down, rats go flying. You slam the hammer down again, rats go flying, and the rest of them skitter off and push down into between holes in the wall or skitter up onto the ceiling and out of view.
That's right. Run, you vermin. Get out of here.
Sorry, Kath.
Come on. Hey, and Kath runs up to where the rats were and tries to find some.
Hey,
It's
hey,
actually
leave
so
it to the
beautifully in
professionals.
character. It's so beautifully in character that he didn't get to do anything.
So good. Jennuvera gives Kath like a
Does he?
thumbs up.
I was so ready. I was so ready.
Yeah, I know you were, buddy.
Ooh, all right. I'll get them next time.
You'll get those rats next time. Mhm.
You'll get them, schmuck. I'm sure you will.
Geppetto, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Is it magic?
Nope.
Can you say yes, please? Just once? Ever? Fuck.
God, learn improv, dude.
Are you sure it's not? Let me try again. Is this against a magical effect?
Do me a favor, Mike. Ask it this way. Say, is this a non-magical effect?
Okay. Is this a non-magical effect?
Yes, it is a non-magical effect.
Cool.
Got him.
5.
You are flooded with fear. Suddenly, you turn behind you, 2 long arms reaching out over on top of you, a large looming face staring down in the darkness, and it is just reaching ever closer
No!
to you as
No!
the shadow comes
No, get
around.
away! No!
I run into the room ready to defend my friend.
Okay, you run into the room. Asher, give me a investigation check.
What do you see, bud? What do you see? Investigation. I don't add anything to this. 6.
The room is dark, and you have a difficult time seeing what's going on. When you walk
Even
in,
with
you
my
see
dark vision.
yes, even with your dark
Okay.
vision, you see nothing that seems like he should be screaming about it. You just see him on the floor, cowering to nothing.
Hey, what are you afraid of? Rats? Just
The hands,
rats?
the hands are coming back again.
Hey! Look at me! Am I a rat?
No.
Gillick walks into the room.
This man's freaking out about rats.
So Gillick, give me an investigation.
Okay. That front page says 15.
So this room appears to have a lot of medical equipment in it. There's a number of beds laid out here. It looks like where they did maybe intake investigations, like or preliminary, like not investigation, but
Nope, that's what we do.
great. Thank you, Mike. I was about to ask. So
Dr. Sherlock.
Yeah, so
one
you
of
cut him open to
Sherlock.
find out what's wrong with him, right?
right. The
after
nearest
you leech him.
the
Too much blood. That's always the problem.
the nearest bed has these large metal frames that seem to be like they were used to hold patients in place, and that's what Geppetto is seeing, are these large, like, looming figures that he's clearly seeing more than
It's the
that.
shadow hands. They're coming again.
Do they have a book? Are they holding a book?
There
Jennuvera
ain't no
yells
shadow hands in
from
here.
the hallway.
And
The
that,
shadow hands seem to be gone.
yeah,
Geppetto.
that snaps him out of it, and he's like, "Sorry."
Keth hurriedly runs into the room and says, "Where are they? Where are they?"
Hey. It's all right.
They're gone now. Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
No
What?
worries.
They're already gone. You guys are quick. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
They're all gone, and Geppetto lights up a smoke.
Asher lights up a smoke in solidarity.
So no book in there?
No book, just some investigatory medicine things.
Keth brings out a bedpan, but he doesn't know what it is, so he's excited. He's like, I found this, Jennuvera.
It's not a book, but
That's
you
full of
can keep
pee.
it.
That's full of pee.
It's shiny. It's got this big hole in the middle. It's got to be worth something, right?
That's where
Probably.
people
Why
pee.
don't you put it in your bag of holding?
I
All
bet
right.
I bet it's a fancy ashtray, and Geppetto
Yeah.
ashes in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, Asher's like, oh, maybe you're right, and Asher does too.
Go for big money on the market.
You know, they need bigger ashtrays. That's what I've been saying for a long time.
No, there's a what is it called? Damn it! There are people who buy this. A market? I don't know.
What's wrong with you? Are you okay too?
Ashley, you're used to rats. Does this look okay to you? And he points at his bites.
Already that bite has turned red and is starting
no.
to ooze.
Can I do a medicine check to see
This
what
is like a normal rat bite, right? Like this will be fine.
medicine check to see what I should do, basically.
It feels real hot.
It's bad. This is a bad.
Oh no, this is not a normal rat bite. Hold on, let me call my friend. Hold on, I got a guy. I got a guy who I can call. I don't know if anyone else in this room knows him, but and I pull out I guess this is modern.
A
times, right?
Rolodex?
It's not modern times.
Okay, I pull out a Rolodex. Like, hold on one second.
No,
I'm
we
sure
can't jeopardize this mission by just inviting anyone here,
Hold on,
letting the
he's
whole
the
world
best.
know that
He's
we're
the
here.
best.
No, you can't.
Part of the ritual is complete by sifting through the Rolodex. And
Does Gillick notice the festering wound on Geppetto?
Asher is casting Lester Restoration right now. So
Oh, is he?
you're okay.
All right. Is that what's happening?
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, we don't
So,
know. He's pulled out his Rolodex.
That's
He's
the
calling
thing.
somebody.
Like, if Gillick notices it,
Please
he's going
don't
to cast
call
it before him.
somebody.
Hold on, I gotta find it. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. If you want to cast it before me, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what like. Did you do anything? I was like,
It's
all right.
somewhere. It's somewhere here.
All right. Which one of you is casting Lester Restoration?
Asher's dicking around. I'm doing it. Calling it.
Okay. So Gillick casts the spell. You see lights roll up to the front of the building.
Oh, goodness gracious.
There's a van.
here-
Jennuvera turns invisible.
It honks.
Gillick also turns invisible.
In comes a thin man, tall, and he is carrying a bag. And he walks in. He says, "Which one of you called Lester Restoration?"
Hey, Lester! Hey, my friend. I got a terrible rat bite. You need to look at. You gotta
Right.
look.
He opens the bag and he starts pawing through for the various medical
How
instruments.
you
he
been?
has.
How the
You want
kids?
I should hop up on this investigation table here with the
Investigation table.
Examination. That's the word.
Interrogation.
I remembered it.
Gillick's just kind of looking at this, going, "Man, this is not how I learned how to cast a spell."
He's
right.
like, I don't have time for this tonight. Just-
No. Hey.
No.
Hey.
All right.
You
You know
owe
what?
me one. You owe me one.
He digs through. He pulls out a jar. He unscrews the top and he pulls one of the leeches out and he slaps it onto your arm. And he's like, "That'll do you. Just pull it off in like an
Hey.
hour." Then he
Thanks,
leaves.
Thanks, Lester. Hey, tell Sandra I said hello.
Go fuck yourself. Then he
Go
leaves.
fuck yourself. I like that guy. A lot. But I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either.
Who's speaking?
He
Still
shows
invisible,
up,
right?
just doesn't question why
There's a
there
voice.
are 3 people in an abandoned asylum, and then leaves.
Jennuvera,
keep
where
reading-
are you? You
Who
sound
is
clear as
speaking?
day.
Yes, I'm standing right next to you. I went invisible
Ow.
because I didn't want anything to jeopardize this mission, and if he decided to be a murderer, then at least I would survive.
I mean, I just remember reading the spell, and that's just not what it's like. That's not supposed to. It's just wanted to cure the poison.
Nah, it's
Important
Lester.
question, Gebetto, are you
Yeah.
fine?
I mean, this leech is doing a number on me right now.
Great. And she walks down the hall to continue investigating. Nobody can see her do that, of course, but she goes.
Okay.
Uh,
Jennuvera, you go deeper into the complex. Are
yeah.
you going alone?
Probably
I'm still
30,
talking to
45
Jennuvera.
seconds later, yeah, I go, hey, Lady J, when are we gonna get out of here?
Yeah, what are we gonna do next? What's the next moves?
No response.
I found some equipment over here. Maybe this is it.
Oh, it's leave it to us. We got it. It's fine.
Oh, you got something? All right.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We got everything's cool.
Catherine puts it back.
Asher shoots like a real glance at Gebetto, like, oh, this guy.
All right.
Yeah, Gebetto looks at whatever Kethland had in his hand.
Gillick, are you still invisible? Gillick?
Oh, sorry. I suppose I'm not.
Okay.
Was it
I-
a
yeah.
book?
No, they're like knives and little kind of grasper thingies.
Oh no, we don't need any of that. We need that black book, the Obsidian
Yeah, but-
Tome.
Maybe this has something to do with it. No.
Mm.
Okay. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, Jennuvera, like I get that you're mad at me because I got bit by a rat, but like we should probably move on. I assume.
Dames, isn't that right?
I mean, I'm not-
Jennuvera, you are deeper into the complex now. You are walking down this long hallway. It opens up into what appears to be the places where the various, we'll call them residents of the asylum were kept. Row after row of heavy doors that are still in place here. A couple of the rooms, it looks like, were evacuated quickly. Others appear to be still closed, but you don't know the state of them. There's a lot of ground to cover here. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the Obsidian Tome.
Just in general?
Yes.
specifically.
I wasn't sure if that was like a trick question.
Not in general, specifically.
No. You don't find it.
She
I
looks
don't-
harder.
Well, okay, good point.
She chooses the goblet of a carpenter.
Fucking so happy right now.
Yeah, you continue on.
Yeah, you drink out of a random goblet you find.
Yeah, right. Chose wisely.
Toward the end of the hallway, you see a room that looks like it probably belonged to whoever was in charge here. It looks like there's a lot of, like, it's a small desk with a lot of paperwork on it, but it looks to be notes about the people who were here.
She reads
And
them
then-
all.
Yeah, so you start to dig through that. Gebetto, Gillick, Kathleen, Asher. After a few minutes of Jennuvera not responding, what happens?
We probably should follow this map that Gillick had, right?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. But we gotta find it's kind of confusing. I'm not exactly sure where the starting point is. I know there's a trapdoor somewhere, and it said the wait, hang on, where is it? What's the name of this place again? That we're in? It's the
It is
The Black Reach Asylum.
Reach Asylum. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm missing something here. I'm gonna keep digging through, and I'm gonna see if I can find some more of this.
Well,
okay.
Why don't we just walk this way? Let's see.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
know.
check out the walls for hidden traps and trapdoors and
Traps.
stuff, and see what
Booby
we can
traps.
find.
The 5 of you move deeper in, and you also reach the area where people were kept before. Gillick, as you step down this hallway, you have a sudden flash of a memory of the last time that you were here, the time that you came to visit one of the residents of the Black Reach Asylum, the time that you came to speak to the man known as Gorm Tintreach, the man who was kept here for his entire life, ranting about the touches of shadow, the pieces of darkness that he knew, and the world beneath that was coming for us.
Steph, don't break your headphones.
I'm gonna.
You remember you were here as a member of the Church of the One Light.
Mhm.
You were here to try and redeem his soul in some way in the eyes of the One Light. The conversation you had with him was a difficult one.
This
So
rules.
why don't we do that? Why don't we do that scene?
Okay.
So this was a long time ago when you were just a priest of the One Light and a
Okay.
representative of that faith.
All right. So no armor, no goggles. Gillick is just and just wearing like some nice bright cloth of the One Light, and always saying to himself that the penitent man is humble before the One Light.
Awesome. He's fucking awesome.
So you are led in by one of the orderlies who takes you to the room, and he says, "Good luck."
Right. Yeah.
Inside, you see Gorm. He is hovering over a piece of parchment that he's just etching into over and over again with a pencil, scratching back and forth. Just a dark page in front of him.
Gillick, hey, and he like sits down, like not next to him, just kind of like just sits down on the floor, with a little bit of space between the two. What's going on?
Why have you come? Have you seen the path as I have? Do you know the way?
Well, I'm learning a way. I can't say it's the way. But what way do you speak of?
The way we will all go. The way of shadow comes. It will fill us all.
Is that what this is you're drawing here? Is the shadow?
This is the world below. The world that comes.
Wait, so the world below and the shadow are different?
They are tied. They are inextricable. They are inevitable.
And is someone telling you to do these drawings? Do you hear a voice?
I hear all the voices. They all whisper. They all yell. They all speak to me. They are silent, all at once.
You're getting a lot of conversation, is what I'm hearing.
You do not understand. It is too late for all of you, but most of all you. You have been seen, and you will always be seen.
Well, I believe that I'm seen by the One Light, and so are you.
The One Light is pathetic. You are pathetic for following it. It will not stand against the shadow. It never can. You know this. You have felt the limits of the One Light. I can see in your eyes. Yes, maybe not now, but soon. Soon you will feel it. You will know its call.
The One Light will protect me. As we say, if you look for the darkness, that's all you will see. But if you look for the light, you can often find it.
You cling to something that has no power. You cling when so many... He grabs a fly out of the air and eats it. You cling when so many before you will fall. Good luck. There is no hope for you here.
Well, Gorm, I hope we can speak again tomorrow. and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your drawing.
Seek not the shadow, for it seeks you.
Gillick leaves.
And the memory fades away. You didn't end up coming back. You were reassigned the next day.
Okay, cool.
But there was something about this interaction that really stuck with you. Something that stuck with you for a long time.
I can't even imagine what it would be.
Right.
Any idea?
I ate a fucking bug. Weird.
Yeah, wow.
A hell of a sandwich that he had on the way home.
Right.
Oh,
That ham, man. Spicy brown mustard.
That must have been Boar's Head. We are sponsored by Boar's Head Meats.
We're not.
Everybody, thank you so much.
Right. Black Forest ham.
Huge
We're not.
shout out to Boar's
That's
Head for
fine.
sponsoring Adventure March this year, 2020. Thank you. Thank you.
Honey smoked turkey breast.
choose the Black Forest for your location to slay goblins.
The
Black Forest ham from Boar's Head.
Yes.
So you stand, Gillick, you stand now in front of that door, the door that you walked through all those years ago.
Okay.
And it is closed.
Hey, Mr. Gillick, man, you've been quiet for a bit.
Right. And Gillick like wipes off a little bit of drool. Like I
didn't want to say anything. I thought it would be.
Sorry. That was, excuse me.
you need a
wipes
smoke?
up with like a little handkerchief.
Do you need a smoke?
Jennuvera,
I'll take this though. And he pulls out his flask and takes a sip of tequila.
Good.
Jennuvera, you have found a journal that you've been pouring through of the head of this wing. And what you find fascinating is the slow deterioration of this man, and he continues to talk about this patient, Gorm Tintrich, who has acute paranoia, signs
So
of
cute.
a very cute paranoia, signs of delusions. But the writing from the head, it gets like the handwriting gets looser and wider. It begins to be sort of raving about this patient as the book goes on, until the last few pages are almost incomprehensible as you look at these scratches in the back of this book for this patient. And as you look down the hall, roughly where that patient would have been, you see the four have caught up to you, but are standing outside that door.
All right, Jennuvera goes over to them and drops her invisibility.
Oh,
I can't hear you,
we
Jennuvera.
can't hear you.
She goes over to them and drops her invisibility.
Bah! Where'd you run off to?
I was doing the job I came here to do instead of sitting in a room.
Well, Mr. Gillick man has found a door, and he's pretty sure a thing is here. I think. I don't know.
So let's go in. She pushes the door open.
The door creaks with age, and as it starts to open, it seems to stick as it slides across the floor. The floor is thick with dry blood.
Ugh.
The smell that comes from it is immediately overpowering. Gillick, it smells an awful lot like when you had your divine sense on.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that smells like. And Gillick throws up a little bit again.
Jennuvera casts
little bit.
nose invisibility.
Your nose disappears, but
And
it
so
can
she
still
can't
smell.
smell
Whoa!
anything.
Looking like,
No, you
like
need to cast.
Voldemort.
Yeah, nose blindness.
Jennuvera casts.
Anosmia.
Yeah, she casts that.
Okay.
Yeah, Geppetto is going to do like a quick once over of the room to see if there is like any traps or anything that he can like see before stepping into it.
You don't notice any traps. You do see what appears to be writing on the walls.
And what does it say?
Also in blood, along the walls, it appears to say, seek the caves.
Ah,
Their knowledge lies.
someone signed their name here.
Yeah, Geppetto completely ignores Asher. And he looks at everyone and just kind of like gestures. Like, I guess we're going down, huh?
Yep. Keth had wandered off to like a close by door, and he's looking for adventure.
This is the door to adventure.
It's fine.
You throw open the door, Kathleen, and
Kicks it open, holds out his cane.
yeah, it looks like this room once might have held some sort of patient in it, like long term.
He looks around.
Yeah, it looks. You're pretty certain now that that's what happened here.
Hey,
Look.
we're all clear in here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Good job,
Thank you.
Kathleen.
Does a 19 investigation check in the room reveal anything else?
With a 19, you find a pile of bones that have been jammed into like a drain in the corner.
Gebetto summons Mage Hand to move the bones out of the way. And arranges them on the cot or the bed or whatever.
It looks like about a third of a human skeleton.
Does he find with a 20, does he find anything in that pile that might identify the bones at all?
You don't.
Okay. I didn't know if there was like an orderly's, like rags from an orderly's uniform or,
Sure. Yeah. Sure. We'll go with that. That works. No, I think that's good.
There's a
You're
little
right.
name tag on
That's
it.
what I forgot you found it, but you found it.
There's a little name tag on it that says Clevin, and I'm like, must have been the guy that worked here. All right, guys.
Clevin.
What, not heaven?
Keth kicks down another door.
Hey, you find anything over there, champ?
Hold on. Let me check in here.
You find nothing.
All clear.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Man, your patron is dumb as nails. Anyways, what's the name on this wall mean? What could it mean?
It means we're going into the basement, Asher. There must be some way to get down into maybe some caves. Is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Asher, roll me a history check.
Sure. History. I am not trained in it. 13.
Okay. Due to your time in the bay on the boats, you are aware of a big set of caves that are around back behind the asylum,
What are they called?
down on the way into the ocean. Nobody goes to them anymore. They're just called the Wailing Caves.
Perhaps it means the Wailing Caves. Nobody goes there anymore because they're haunted.
Blam! It kicks open another door.
Keep up the good work.
I really like this version of Asher. I really like this version of Asher.
I really like this version of Asher.
Yeah, this is great.
He's got his shit together way more.
Fucking retconning this.
All right, after you. And he gestures to Jennuvera.
So Jennuvera checks the room for any trapdoors first.
All clear over here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Give me an investigation.
18, 20.
Okay. You find you don't find any trapdoors. You do find what looks like a small piece of wood along the floor area, like along the wall that you can pull off, and there's like some stuff stuffed into the wall.
She takes the stuff.
You reach in and pull it out, and there's like a small bird skull, the cap of a pen, and a bit of like red yarn that is balled up.
She puts them in her bag of holding.
Okay.
So we're gonna MacGyver something.
We're gonna head to the caves if that's what we need to go to.
Let's go to the caves.
Cool.
So Asher leads you guys back out of the asylum and around the grounds. The thick grass is.
Kath, follow us.
Kath, yeah.
Kathleen.
We're going, Kath.
Kathleen, we're leaving without you. Follow us
Yeah.
if you're going
come
to.
on.
Oh yeah, no, I'll follow up the rear. I got you back.
Okay. Thanks.
So the grass is wet with dew from the mist that's been out, and it is still sort of a low mist covering the ground as you guys walk back toward the caves. As you reach sort of this edge, it drops down steeply toward the ocean below, and you can try to make a climb down the outside of it, or if you have another way to get down toward the ground, that's you see the entrance to the mouth of the cave.
It's over here. Come on. Asher waits for other people to do something.
All right. You know the old timey detectives, how they like scramble down the side of a hill. They like kind of lean and like do this like sideways run thing to like scramble down the side of a hill. That's what I'm gonna try and do along the outside of the mouth of the cave to walk in, because I can't climb down. My suit won't bend enough to allow me to. So I'm trying to scramble down the side,
It's a dexterity check you're not trained in.
That's fine.
I'll meet you halfway.
All right, I'll take that meeting. I'll take that halfway meeting.
It's a valiant effort to get that acrobatics check, but I'll meet you halfway.
That is a 12.
Okay. You scramble like halfway down, but it's steep and a long way down. So you get like part of the way down and you find a little niche that you're tucked into.
Okay.
Asher tries to do the same.
Okay.
Oops. 14. Is it dexterity? What am I adding?
Yeah, dexterity plus dex.
Not athletics, which I'm trained in? Wow, Anthony.
You chose to do the same thing I just told him the result of.
Yeah, you could have climbed down a hill.
Nah, my suit. I'm wearing a suit in this reality.
You're a fisherman.
No, okay, that's fair.
So what'd you get?
15.
Okay, so yeah, you get a little bit farther down than Gebetto did, but you are also still up on the hill, up on the cliff.
I should probably just climb. I'm gonna climb now.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Oh fuck. 10.
All right. You start to climb down, and you wind up dropping. But you fall down into the water, but it's a safe distance.
Fuck.
It's cold, very cold.
That's cold, very cold.
Hey, Jennuvera, check this out. I bought this off some guy, and he hops on his cane and flies down.
Oh wait, hold on. Is there also room for me?
He's already gone.
No.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna let you have that because of that broom. That fucking broom you bought.
Forever ago.
I fucking lost it in some fucking bullshit manner.
So your cane you hop onto and you fly down into the mouth of the cavern.
Also, wouldn't you have feather fall technically by default?
Yes, he does have feather fall.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Yeah, I could use this, but I could also use this.
He's rich, so he doesn't need to use his abilities.
Right.
Jennuvera throws her hands up and then just climbs down the hill.
Well, I was gonna say, because Gillick can just cast fly, and I was gonna be like,
She's gone.
She's
yeah,
already.
it's fine. I was like, Gillick just flies past Jennuvera. He's like, well, hey, bye.
It's fine, I can do this myself.
Goodbye.
I was gonna go, like I was trying to do, and you're like, I'm gonna go climb.
Jennuvera, give me an athletics check.
17.
Okay, yeah, you have been preparing for this for a long time. So you take a few minutes to look at your path you're going to take, and then you just hand over foot, make your way down to the mouth of the cave, or foot over hand, whatever way you want to go.
Asher is
I don't want to go either of those ways.
Well,
Hand
then
over foot.
I'm sorry.
She's
That's
making
what
foot
happens.
over foot for herself.
Like
Foot over foot. You get down. That's all
Anthony,
I'm
have
saying.
you ever climbed?
Yes, you've literally climbed
Anything?
with me.
Yeah.
You've literally climbed with me.
That's
but I'm
right.
bad at it, which is why I went hand over foot.
It's why, yeah. He's always trying to put your feet are going way too high there, bud. I'm just saying.
How do you get past this first part?
All right. How far down does Gebetto still have to go?
Like you're halfway. You're like halfway.
Okay. He climbs down.
What'd you roll?
I said he climbs down.
That's not how that works. What'd you roll?
It ended up being a 15. I just thought it would be funny to.
Right. See what happened instead of
Yeah.
So yeah, you scramble down to the cave just as Asher is pulling himself up out of the salty water.
I don't trust that water. Oh, my smoke went out.
Yeah, but you like it.
He pulls out more smokes and he's trying to light them and he can't because they're so damp.
Right. Only when he comes up out of the water and spits everything out does he realize his smoke is out.
Jennuvera is gonna snap at him and relight his cigarette.
Hey,
She's gonna snap some fire towards him.
thanks. And he leans close, but the cigarette's still.
No, she's like 100 feet away. She can
Oh,
do that
okay.
from far.
Okay, that's fine.
But
But
she
it's,
saw him struggling.
Yeah, the end like lit for a second, but it's still just like a wet cigarette in your mouth.
Oh, man.
These cloves taste very, very musty.
All right.
I just
So
like the idea that I spit out water and the cigarette never left my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even realize I did that. Like,
Right,
just,
you're-
like pointed it out.
Just swimming with a lit cigarette. Great.
So the five of you head into the caves. So give me some. What's the dungeoneering thing now? Survival? Is it just survival?
I don't know.
Or is there dungeoneering still?
It is
thought
a
there was
combination
one.
of investigation or survival.
Yeah, whatever. one you want.
So give me a survival check.
This is one of Keth's proficiencies.
Hell yeah.
He has never done a survival check before.
7.
24.
18.
10.
16.
All right. So yeah, I mean, Jennuvera and Gebetto, you guys are not super familiar with cave structures. But the other three show you the pathway to get through. You guys get up into these caves. There's one part where the water rises. You guys are wading through about waist deep water. And then you come back up into another chamber that's empty. These caves go in deep, but the whole while you get this sensation like a light pressure that's pushing on you, like you are like you're moving against another force in a way, that it's pushing back as you push forward into these caves.
Hey, whatever happens, I don't trust any of you.
What the
Asher
fuck,
keeps
man?
moving.
I brought you on this trip.
No, I love you, but I don't trust you. I don't trust anybody.
You can't have a
Like a-
loving relationship without trust, Asha. That's not how it works.
Tell that to my
Jennuvera,
ex-wife.
give me a wisdom check.
Yeah.
Or saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Note that she's your ex-wife.
Ah, but, well, you sound like my ex-wife right now.
Didn't trust her.
I didn't trust her.
17.
Okay. You hear, you get a sensation of, a feeling of, like you are being called. You don't hear the words, but you just get a sense that you are going the right way. Like this has been your purpose.
Okay.
Keth holds up
She
his
goes faster.
Kethlin. Inkwell.
Okay. Give me a perception check, Keth.
13.
The wind rattles through this cave, and you hear the sound of a large moan as it blows past the opening, like a large whale shouting out over the bay, which is why this is called the Wailing Caves. Not that kind of whale.
Hey, there's a sounds like a big creature, maybe a whale down here.
Like a big fish. Yeah, that was what I was thinking.
Yep.
The 5 of you continue on. Everybody give me perception checks.
You know,
Thank you for
actually,
that bit, chat.
you know, actually, Asher, a whale is a mammal. It's not a fish.
Hey, don't be schooling with me right now. I didn't go to it.
You got a 2, Jennuvera?
Yep, 2.
Nice.
I don't like admitting I'm wrong,
What?
so I won't.
That's
did
not in
everybody
your
else get?
nature. I got a 19.
What was the check we're rolling? It was 5 plus whatever that is.
Perception, right?
Yes.
Oh, cool. 14. 13.
10.
I
Yep.
9.
9. So Gebetto, you are the first to notice. You guys enter a chamber that seems to be the end of the line. The water has gone underground from where you guys are in this cave, but there doesn't seem to be anywhere else to go. You are the first to notice a glint in the ground, and as you move forward, it looks like there is a ring in the dirt.
Hell yeah, there is. Hey, Gillick, is this what you were talking about? And he lifts up the ring and tries to pull the door open.
Give me a strength check.
Oh, you dick.
roll an acrobatics check.
Gebetto, you're pathetic. You can never even open a fucking door. 7.
I mean, that looks like what I'm looking for. I need a hand there. Hey,
I got it.
No, I know you got it. Let me just help you for a second. And Gil goes over and
Don't make a roll, Gillick. You open it right up. The door creaks as a heavy layer of dirt on top falls back off the wooden trap door that you open up. And it leads downward, straight down into a square hole with a ladder along the rock.
Jennuvera goes down.
And you climb on down into the hole.
Oh, Gebetto, we
Asher.
brought you so that you could go first and you could investigate the thing.
know.
And
You did a
Gebetto
great
goes
job.
second.
You did a great job getting us here. I feel like this is
Gebetto
it.
goes second.
Hey, I'm following, and I follow.
You crawl down into this hole. The pathway is very narrow, one person at a time. And it goes down probably about 40 feet, and then it branches off in 2 directions. And it just seems to go on in 2 directions. And from here, you can't tell what's going on.
Hey, gang. I feel like we shouldn't split up.
Buddy, you need to go to bed. Sorry.
What? I'm hearing voices.
Hey,
me
I'm
too.
trying to sleep in it. We hear from like
no!
far away.
Yeah.
Jennuvera
Um,
closes her eyes and perceives the right way to go.
So we go. All right. Let's continue
a-
without him.
18 perception check.
You try to feel out for that pull, but your excitement is mounting in your chest. You're starting to feel like you're so close to this thing that you've tried to get for so long, and you're getting a little anxious, a little nervous, and it's hard to hear that pull. You know it's pulling on you, but it's hard to hear. Gillick, give me a history check.
okay. Is it specific to stonework or is this other stuff?
Other stuff.
Okay. 2.
Okay. So where are you guys going?
Gebetto wants to take a look at the condition of the floor and see if he can tell if there have been footprints leading one way or the other. Yeah.
So give me an investigation.
That is a 19.
There have been no footprints in here, far as you can tell, ever.
All right, y'all. I don't know. I don't know where we gotta go. Should we go right, and then if it doesn't work out, we can come back and go left?
When you look down to the left and the right, they end in more like left and right hand turns.
You know what they say: left is never right. So let's go right.
Jennuvera,
I cannot argue with that.
Business sense and maze sense. Oh, wait a minute. Gillick,
Yeah.
what's the maze say?
Oh yeah. And so Gillick opens up the book and finds the squiggle maze.
Yeah, you pull out the drawing of the squiggle maze, and right away you kind of see like what could be the path in front. It's almost like the drawing on the page unfurls itself for you as you stand in this place. Like part of it is twisting and shifting on the page and showing the path through this maze.
I think it's this way. And please tell me we're taking the right.
Yeah, you guys go to the right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's just that right.
So, as
before
ahead.
we go, Jennuvera is going to take the red string and put a rock on it where they start.
Hey, that's my recording rock.
Thank you.
Rock quarter.
That's okay.
And she's gonna let it
right.
unravel as they go.
Okay. There's not a lot of it, but you can do a fair amount of space. I think you probably run out before the end of the maze, but you get some semblance of a track to follow if you had to.
And once she runs out, Geppetto ties the end of his 10 feet of string on there just to give it a little more.
A little more. Okay.
Yeah, and when he runs out, I use my 50 feet of a hempen rope to help us finish the job.
All right. So now you guys are at like 61 feet. It's like a ball of string.
Ball of string can be very long. You don't know.
Very fine string. I couldn't believe how fine the string was once we started unrolling it. You know what I mean? Like it sounded
It's like how yarn is like 6 different strands together, but she's just using one at a time.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounded like we weren't going to have a lot when Anthony described it, but I think Jennuvera did a really good job of like really making sure we got a whole fucking lot of it, Anthony.
Yeah,
you guys make your way through, following Gillick's map through the maze, and you come out into another large chamber, this one ringed with water. In its center, a large pedestal with a huge stone obelisk hanging above it from the ceiling. On the pedestal is a dark black book with pages of pure black.
Ooh.
Before anybody enters the room, Geppetto wants to do an investigation check around the ground to see if there are any prints here. He doesn't like. He's got this nagging feeling that there's something terrible around, and the room with the exploded body and like only a third of the bones, the whole thing just it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. We gotta see what's going on.
Reeks of intrigue.
Gillick flips. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
So, Geppetto, you before anyone enters the room, you stop them all. You stare down at the floor for a few minutes. You're struggling as you try to pull this together, and you turn behind you. The shadowy hands are reaching down over you once again, getting closer and closer, drawing around your throat, and you feel your breath catch as they start to move around your neck.
Geppetto kicks out and tries to jump back.
Okay, so in this, for the rest of you, you see Geppetto looking around at the floor, and then instantly he starts kicking violently and throwing himself backwards, flailing.
Hey, whoa, buddy, what's going on?
I knew it. And Geppetto like backs up into the room, like closer to the book, away from everyone.
Suddenly whispers start to pour into your mind. Unintelligible, but just a constant stream of low whispers begin to fill your ears.
This isn't right, you guys. We got to get out of here. This isn't right.
Absolutely
don't go
not.
that way.
I'm not going anywhere without that book.
Whoa.
You do not want this book. We got to get
Jennuvera
out of here.
goes in and takes the book.
As you step toward the book, you too begin to hear these whispers. They are rising in intensity as you step closer, rising into an echo of sound that just fills you. For you, this is like a warming sensation almost. And as you step forward and place a hand on the book, there is a sudden burst of shadow around the room. It swirls around the room like a hurricane forming around the outside. Large dark tentacles pour in from the center obelisk that glows with bright white runes as these tentacles come down, and a voice echoes in your mind, Jennuvera. It says, "You are my chosen. I have been waiting, and now we begin."
It's too late, you guys. It's too late. I knew it. We shouldn't have been here, y'all. We got to get out of here.
We got to get her.
Jennuvera's eyes go dark black, and tentacles begin to sprout from her back as giant shadowy wings erupt from her.
Hell yeah, got my wings. Jennuvera is so excited.
Awesome.
And that's where we're gonna call this. So I think now
that's a good ending.
Shadow Jennuvera.
Cool.
So
wait, are we really not gonna get to fight Shadow Jennuvera?
Shadow Jennuvera is going to fucking kill you.
Right, yeah.
I was gonna cast Gias on her and be like,
let's play. Let's do it. Go for it. Here we
go.
Jennuvera casts Meteor Swarm.
No, we never did.
We lose.
Quickens it.
And that's
286 damage.
Yeah, we did it.
Good one. Fun times.
That's a reference to last week's stream.
Except this time it happens.
Yeah.
So right now we're going to do a drawing for a t-shirt. So we're going to do one of our limited edition. These t-shirts will only be around for 6 months, and then they are gone.
Also, Kev never got to do anything.
Never
got to do anything.
This was the most exciting adventure for Kathleen, and he loved it. He loved it. Even
every moment,
even dying.
I truly love that you didn't get to do anything.
It's so.
I love that you were bored. No.
Okay, so the winner this week.
Oh, call the prize police. They're here.
Prize police.
The prize police are here. Look out.
We got prizes here for you. So the winner of the shirt will be Twitch user Rhapsodic Geeks, who mentioned, who talked in our chat. So they are the winner this week. We'll be reaching out to them. Thank you everybody for coming to hang out with us. We have 2 more Adventure March nights. Next Wednesday, we are doing a live Q&A. So whatever questions you have for the Many Pennies, for me, get them into the big old document that there's a link on all of our social media. There's a link in our Discord. You can put in your questions and you can just come here live and throw the questions in next week and we will answer them live. So come and check that out. That's going to be a ton of fun, and there'll be more chances to win. So make sure you come back. We'll make it worth your while. Thank you guys all so much for being here. This was a ton of fun, and for being part of the show. We really, really, really appreciate it. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Twitter and on our Discord and at adventuringpod.com for more stuff as it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
also,
love you all.
The party police were going that whole time.
Yeah, thanks y'all so much.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.